okay. I feel like I'm a lot bigger than you right now.
I think you're I'm a really small person. Not that you're a large person, but you're larger than me.
It's okay. You have a big personality.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we're kind of like Gollum.
Yeah, that's how I feel. And then my big shoes. I'm like 3 inches taller.
Were you thinking I was bigger and you were gonna like try to be the same size as me?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Honestly, okay, I thought you would be a little bit taller than you are, but
everybody does.
But I didn't think you were going to be like as big as I am.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, so you asked if I was an only child.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought.
But I became an only child because I disregard my brother and sister as human beings. No, but I feel like I've kind of made my own way in life, and I like some people are always like so close to their family and they want to appease their family.
Right.
And I feel like I'm the only child because I do whatever I want, and my brother and my sister are not the boss of me, and they used to be because they're older than me.
Yeah.
And they would abuse me, and now I'm the abuser.
So you're the youngest, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
We met in acting class over Zoom, and this is our first time meeting in person.
This is our very first time meeting. I'm super excited. We're excited about Jon Jones fighting this weekend. He's fighting Cyril Gane. He's finally moved up to heavyweight. It doesn't even make sense.
Oh, who's Jon?
Jon?
Yeah.
Jon? You don't know who Jon is? Jon is the greatest fighter of all time in mixed martial arts. There's never been a fighter like him. I really want you to see this guy. He's just shredded.
Was he on TV or like?
Well, he's been on TV for the past 15 years, just destroying people. These people, they think they have a chance. They didn't have a fucking chance in the world against this guy.
Who's the people that he's killing?
He's beaten up basically every great fighter who's ever lived before him. Yeah. He beat the crap out of all those guys. Oh. And then he came along and just literally, he's never lost. He's like 28 now.
Do you know a lot about fighting? Are you in fighting?
Yeah, I mean, I used to do a little boxing back in the day.
Yeah, I remember you do boxing or something?
Yeah, I used to do boxing back in the day, but now I'm very peaceful now.
Okay.
I'm trying to become more of like a peaceful Asian guy.
You're very peaceful. You have a very peaceful energy. It's so peaceful. I just fell asleep.
I'm so peaceful. I turn people into narcoleptics.
Yeah, you're so peaceful. I'm bored. God, boring.
You need to watch this fight, though. I'm serious. Cyril Gane is the most athletic heavyweight who's ever lived besides Jon Jones. Well, Jon Jones has come up to heavyweight. He's not really the heavyweight. He's a light heavyweight who's moving up. He bulked up. He gained all this weight. And now he's taking on Cyril Gane, the most athletic heavyweight who's ever lived. Can you believe it? You need to see this.
What's his name?
Cyril Gane.
That sounds too much.
He's French. He's a French guy. And his nickname is Bon Gamin. It means the gentleman.
Okay.
He's just a really sweet guy. And then Jon is a really mean guy. Jon is the meanest guy who's ever lived. Really, seriously, he's a mean guy. He just thinks about...
Jon is a good basic name.
Jon is a good basic name, but he's the meanest fighter who's ever lived.
Oh.
Cyril is the nicest guy who's ever lived, but he's the most athletic guy who's ever lived. It's just going to be really exciting this weekend. You going to watch?
Cyril Jon sounds like serial killer.
Yeah, it's like his name is like Cyril...
Like cereal, S-E-R-E-A-L, or S-E-R?
It's kind of pronounced Cyril. It is it's Cyril, but people do his nickname is Cyril.
If I don't watch the fight, what's going to happen?
I just don't know if I'm ever going to want to talk to you again. I think you really need to get in on this. You really need to get in on this. I'm super excited.
Let's go to the fight and let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's get side tickets and just act like psychomania.
Last time, that's why we actually had to postpone this. I went to see a fight with my friend. I lost my voice. I actually lost my voice because I got sick.
When you got COVID?
I thought it was actually from the screaming, but it was actually because I got sick because everybody's around.
Are people fighting like that at boxing matches?
Yeah, I was at the forum.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
I don't normally drink coffee. I think that's why I'm acting so crazy.
And I put extra stuff in there too.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did you put in there?
I poisoned your coffee.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. It's how to get people to relax on the show.
It's really working. It's really working.
Okay, so the acting class. If you ever get to play a serial killer, you become a serial killer.
Yeah. If a serial killer is honestly one of the greatest actors ever. They just never win an Oscar for it. But think about in order to get their victim where they want them, it's like an amazing acting job. They have to really fucking sell that shit.
That is so true. That serial killers are great actors.
Who was it? Ted Bundy or one of those serial killers was like really handsome and like charismatic, and I can't remember which one it was. Was it
Yeah, it was Ted Bundy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Who was the handsome?
Evan Peters.
Okay, let's change the subject.
So can you explain to me what bologna sandwich is? Like what
No.
No?
No. Just gonna have you over and record our conversation. And I'll tell you why. Tell me something interesting about you, your life.
I am adopted from Korea. Yeah, I was adopted when I was 4 months old from South Korea, not North. I mean, I guess that could be possible. No, I don't think you can get adopted from North. But anyway, I'm from South, and I got adopted by a really wonderful Caucasian family in the Midwest. Grew up in Missouri, and they're super great. I had an amazing childhood. They let me do everything I needed to do to grow up into a decent human being, I guess.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I'm an only child, and I thought some of your eccentricities were I thought they were rooted in only childness.
Yeah, because you have them because you're an only child.
Yeah.
And you had didn't you say you had to play alone by yourself?
I had to play alone a lot. I had to talk to myself a lot and figure things out a lot without the help of an older sibling or something like that.
Have you found your birth parents?
No, but the only thing I know about them is all the information the adoption agency gave my parents, which is that my biological mother, owned a bar in South Korea, which at the time was kind of unheard of almost, like, because it's a very like the patriarchal society, so that they're traditional. It's kind of like their traditional gender roles still. So they're kind of moving away from that, but I know it's kind of still a little bit like that. So
that's pretty amazing that she owned a bar, and this was probably in the 60s or
well, the 80s, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not my age. I assume everyone's in their 40s.
Really? I'm 34, yeah.
Oh, okay. But you could be older.
I could be.
Only because they didn't want to tell you that.
You could have fucked up the paperwork or something.
No, you could play like 20, mid-20s. You could probably go down to college, for sure, college.
I have gotten called in for that college stuff too, yeah, because I think I have like a young energy because I don't have kids.
Yeah, and you have a young face. Did you ever think you would have kids or a family?
I'm married, so I'm married, so but I don't know if we're at the stage where we're gonna have kids. I mean, we're still just having fun and enjoying each other.
Absolutely.
But
do that.
I feel like I just have so much to do before I would be unselfish enough to be able to give the kid a good life, you know.
Yeah. What do you want to do with your acting and what's your?
I mean, I just want to be like a series regular and a lead on shows, you know, because I just want to. That's where I always see myself. There's never really been like a real legit Asian lead that was based on his acting. Like, I mean, like there's starting to be, but there's been the Jackie Chans and your kung fu guys, and they've all made it because of their martial arts acumen. But I really, you know, there's been very few that have made it really just based on their acting. And I just want to be a part of that whole thing because there's been a shift definitely to more inclusion, and I just want to be a part of that. So
yeah, I agree, and it's like now's a good time.
Turn that off.
Oh, this is. Yeah, I take the show very seriously.
Yeah.
No interruptions.
I think you're gonna kick my ass.
I know. If that's giving you the jitters, it will not offend me if you don't drink the coffee.
Oh no, I kind of like it. It's kind of
it's nice to have that every once in a while.
It's kind of nice to have like that extra oomph when you're doing like a
yeah.
You don't want it to get like have like dead eyes, and you know like about it.
But I was going to say, I think it's a great time for, because things are changing so much as far as in the acting world, and it used to be just so white, like white people were in leads.
I moved out here 2016, Oscar's so white. Remember the hashtag? Oscar's so white?
I do, yeah.
I moved out during like that whole time. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is the perfect time to come out because it was starting to make a shift.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you that you have an idea and vision of what you want.
Yeah, you know, I just want to be like a series regular on it doesn't have to be the biggest show, but I just want to just be like a working actor and just being able to do what I want, like what I love doing. You know?
Do you have are you doing commercials or anything?
Yeah, actually, I have a commercial agent, and I have I have good reps across the board. There hasn't really been auditions this year so far. It's been really slow.
Yeah.
I think because I heard there's some sort of strike looming.
Really?
Potentially, there's some sort of strike. I think with a writer's strike.
Oh.
potentially looming, I think coming up around April or May.
Okay.
So I think that might be putting a
Yeah.
hold on some of the productions. I read an article the other day, I can't remember from where, but saying that instead of the typical 60 to 80 pilots for pilot season, there's only been like 13 this year. So just there's a lot less projects right now.
I was listening to what you were saying, but I also wasn't because I just realized my microphone wasn't on.
Oh,
But-
shit.
But is yours? Check yours. Is it green? Yours.
Yes.
I do this all the time. I
So
always turn the
it'll
other
pick up
people-
through mine, right?
You wanna
And we
start
could
the
just
whole
we
thing?
could redo. And like I could like treat it. I could try to grab it
I
all.
don't remember what I said 20 seconds
Neither do
ago.
I. Yeah.
Okay, but the writer strike, you know what? I have no shame in my life. If people are on a writer strike, I will walk right through the strike and I will go inside and offer myself to work as a writer. No, I'm just kidding. They would-
That'd be pretty
would
baller. Yeah. I got some great ideas.
You
And I will
feel
work for cheap.
just walk by everybody like not even giving a shit.
Yeah.
Strut by all the picket signs.
Oh yeah. So wait, so real quick, have you been doing some stand-up comedy recently?
I got back into it, yeah, and I did like a couple shows the past few weeks. The thing is,
I want to come see you. Seriously.
Okay,
You should let me know.
I will.
I want to come see you.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
make a point of it.
the thing that I say is that I'm always halfway in, halfway out with stand up because I don't want to do it. It takes to really be good at stand up, you have to do it all the time, every day, and I do not want to do that. It's not fun for me. So I want to kind of nonchalantly do. I don't know. I feel like stand up is something I could never figure out and I can never reach. It's like I love acting.
You're the greatest Karen ever, by the way.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Give me five.
No. I was like, man, when I first saw that on Instagram, I was like, man,
Excuse me, I'm
what a
sorry.
killer
excuse
Karen,
me.
you know?
What?
What a killer
are you
Karen, just
doing
like
with
you got the
this?
voice, the
You're
whole
not supposed to be
disheveled,
working
like,
here.
you know, like
What?
Pissed off.
you're pissed.
Call the police.
It's like if I was pretty, all of a sudden I'm not pretty anymore. because
Exactly,
my-
yeah.
Which I think is so funny, and I love that people really believe that.
You had like a great outfit too. You're like your clothes are kind of like draping off you in a way that like really it was a great costume.
Yeah.
Like, really great costume.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was so spur of the moment because we had just filmed something that was in Indianapolis, and that was what you asked about the Mike Epstein. This was we were doing a screen test for a movie that I'm filming in April this year. I'll tell you about that. But everybody was packing up, and they were like, I'm the only white person, and I'm like, oh my God, somebody film me. I'm like, I'm gonna go Karen on everybody.
Yeah, it was
And then
great.
that was like the third take, and it has 3 million views on TikTok.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Like the voice it's really in character. It's really great. Yeah.
And I just popped right into that. So I must have Karen inside.
You have Karen inside
I
of
have
you.
Karen inside of me. If that's not hot. Yeah. So this guy. Okay. So I put that video out, and then there's a guy I knew that I know that's a comedian named Boogie.
Yeah.
And Boogie something, I can't remember his last name. Which, side note, I have a really hard time explaining stories, which is also why I'm not good at stand-up, because it's going to take
It's
me
a
20 minutes.
storytelling activity, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, this guy, I got an Instagram message from this guy named Boogie, and he roasts, especially Karens, and he finds clips on the internet, and he just roasts them. And he roasted me. He made like a side-by-side video of me, and he called me like Demi Moore, and he called me like Abraham Lincoln looking without the beard, grandma, this, like, just reamed me. And then I think people were like, yo, Boogie, that's Julia, the comic. And he knows me. He's like, oh my God. So he messaged me. He's like, you did so good on that Karen video. I didn't realize it was you. But Boogie was murdered. He was killed.
Seriously.
Seriously, swear to God. That's why I reposted the video, the one you saw.
Dude,
I reposted it.
That's crazy.
And he's such a great comedian. He was like, sorry that I just threw a lot at you. But and I'm saying it with a smile. And he was murdered.
We're celebrating your life, Boogie.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. So I reposted the video that he made of me, just like in honor of him, because he was so funny, and he was doing so good with his comedy. He's from New Orleans, and he did a lot of like New Orleans history. He was kind of making a lot of buzz for himself, and so R.I.P. R.I.P. Boogie. I should have set that up for you.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Boogie. He's here with us. He's like totally fine that we're talking about.
Yeah,
he's a comedian.
I can feel it. Yeah,
his spirit is like here, and I'm sure that he made fun of me, so now I'm going to make fun of him. No,
How many
not
bologna?
vegan.
How many bologna sandwich guests? Which number am I? Because Isaac was one.
Yeah, Isaac was one. Well, actually, my mom was one.
Oh, your mom was
Actually,
one.
we're going to reverse because I did this a year and a half ago in Indianapolis and over Zoom. And I think, okay, but that doesn't count. Okay, so my mom, Isaac, I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember. I would say you're the 10th or 11th.
Okay,
And there's, yeah,
cool. That's
there's,
awesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Looking forward to many more bologna sandwiches.
I
Yeah.
know. I know. See, I wanted to put this together because I'll tell you about bologna sandwiches, how I got the name.
Okay.
But I wanted to do a podcast, and then I wanted to do something that was like, I'm like, but I also like sketch, but I just want to do something that's weird and funny. And
Right.
okay, so I'm doing this, and my goal is to put use it as like a portfolio, so that one day, if and when my name becomes worth something amazing, I could be, or so I have an opportunity to present a show, or someone wants to. I don't know why I'm doing it, to be honest. It's fun, and I get to banter. And what I really want to do is have people, you know me, but I want to find somebody who knows me less than you know me,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
but they know who I am, and have them come over. And I want to just be like so weird and awkward,
Yeah.
and then not break out of character. And then I want to stay in that character until they leave, and they're gonna text people and be like, what the fuck? It was so weird, and she was acting so weird, and she stared at me, and then the joke's gonna be on them because I was doing it on purpose.
Well, see, I didn't know you and Isaac were as good of friends as you are, and
Yep.
so when I saw that, I was like, I thought it was your first time meeting or something.
That was the first time we
Oh,
met.
it
Just
was
like
the
right
first.
now, you and I meeting.
Okay. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, that was the first time I met him in person. Was the
So
movie.
did you freaked him out a little bit, right?
No,
Oh, okay.
not at all.
Okay.
Like I don't know, for some reason we just, um, yeah, not. I don't know. No, I didn't freak him out.
Okay.
I hope not.
I met Tyler
Oh,
because
cool.
I took technique clinic with him. You know, the clinic. I took the second class or whatever after intensive. Took that with Tyler.
Was that before or after COVID?
Oh, way before. It was like summer of 2018.
Oh, okay.
When did you first go to Leslie's?
2014. Mm.
Oh yeah. So tell me about this film.
Oh, okay. Have you seen the TV show The Wire?
Yes.
Okay. It's
Love
kind
The
of,
Wire.
I know, I did too. I had to watch because kind of helped write this movie. I helped do the skeleton, but he wanted me to understand the idea of it. So I had to watch all 8 seasons of The Wire.
Yeah.
And it took me forever because I couldn't figure out what the heck they were saying. Like the street people, the
Yeah.
street guys. I'm like, what did they just say? And I had to rewind it each episode. Like I would watch one episode 5 times just because I couldn't understand the street lingo.
Right.
Like what? But I watched all 8 seasons.
One of the greatest shows ever, for sure.
Yeah, it's so good.
You've seen The Sopranos?
No.
I just think those two are like my two top
Yeah.
shows. Yeah.
I don't like stuff with killing, so I don't like mafia and stuff like that.
I think it's cool. I think it's
Yeah, I know you like serial killers that box people.
Yeah.
Kill them. Okay, so the movie is the story about like all these people's lives that are intertwined in a mid-sized city like Indianapolis, and we're not calling it Indianapolis, but it's obviously filmed there. And I'm a reporter, and I go out to get a story because my career is like taking a nosedive, and I get in over my head with trying to get a story. And there's politicians and street people. That's street people. Street people. That sounds worse than just saying like gangsters or
It does, yeah, totally does.
they live on the street.
Everything has to be so PC now. It's just
I know.
It's
Let's
so
call
it's so exhausting.
It
It's
is
so exhausting.
So exhausting.
I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just trying to talk
Yeah.
about stuff.
You just call me Whitey. I don't care. Call me Cracker.
Yeah, call me. Oh, I don't know what to say.
I don't,
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either. Kimchi.
Yeah, kimchi. Call me kimchi or something.
And call me Matzo Cracker, and you can be Kimchi.
I'll be kimchi. Yeah.
Yeah, see, we're so PC.
I'm kimchi or dim sum.
Yeah, dim sum.
Dim sum.
I'm a Matzo Cracker.
Remember that's what the guy called Jet Li in Romeo Must Die. He kept calling him dim sum.
Oh.
I love that movie.
What movie?
Romeo Must Die. Remember Romeo Must Die
don't
with
know.
Jet Li, and DMX was in it.
Oh, isn't that the rapper?
Yeah,
Street guy?
Aaliyah was in it, and DMX and Jet Li.
Oh.
Pretty cool movie.
Okay, I'm going to tell you another movie that our movie is like because it was so good. What's the movie with Tupac, and he was the crazy guy, and he killed. It was like they were in high school and they did robberies, and he ended up going like psycho. in the movie. His character is.
I've only seen like one Tupac
It's
movie. I've seen
so.
Juice. Not
Oh,
Juice.
Juice.
The Juice?
Yeah, you've got
Okay.
the Juice. Yeah, it's
Okay.
called Juice.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen Juice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only one I've seen.
Yeah. So I'm filming.
Tupac's a good actor.
Oh my
He's
God.
fucking amazing at acting. I heard he was like trained originally as an actor first.
Okay.
I really heard that he went to school for acting first
Yeah.
and then got into music later.
Oh.
I heard that.
I just did a bologna sandwich show with a girl named Dinah Leffert. She's a comedian, and she went to school with Tupac.
That's amazing, man.
And
He's super talented.
I know. So we had her on the show. We had her on the show. I had her on the show. I talk to myself about myself in third person sometimes. We had her on the show. I had her on the show. And she was talking about a bunch of other stuff that like Jewish stuff. And then at the very end, she started talking about Tupac. And we're like, we're going to do a whole new episode where we get stoned in honor of Tupac and we talk about Tupac stuff.
Tupac was the best. Yeah.
I used to work in a group home as a counselor, and one of the girls loved Tupac. There was no point to that story. The end.
That was amazing. That was great.
Oh my God, maybe my stand-up should just be pointless stories.
Yeah.
And I'm so committed to it.
Yeah, and you really have them in, and then
no. Oh my God, that's what I could do.
Just drop the, yeah.
Jay, this is what I'll do. And so I could get more comfortable being myself on stage. I'll do simple things that don't require a lot of like writing and mastering techniques of getting jokes in and out and threading shit. I'll just go up with pointless stories.
Yeah, you really have to like lead them down or make them think that they're going on a ride, and then you just stop the ride.
And be super serious and be like, but anyways, and then go.
yeah, that would be good. That'd be super. If you could like,
okay,
you totally design a whole act around that.
Because see, I think I enjoy messing with people, like making people feel uncomfortable. To me, is more fun than offering these hilarious jokes or whatever. I want to instead make people feel awkward.
You love that, huh? You like that awkward. You like shock humor.
Yeah.
You like shock humor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I just feel awkward in myself all the time. I have awkward energy, so I have to lean into that.
You like the movie Burn After Reading?
No.
Have you seen the movie Burn After Reading?
No.
You should watch the movie Burn After Reading.
Where's my phone? Oh, it's right there.
I think you would think it was funny. It's got like Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Frances McDormand.
Yeah. Text me it?
Yeah, it's one of the. It just has like a lot of awkward, weird humor in it. I think you'd like it.
Oh, cool! I'm so happy you wanted to do this show. People are like, "What?" But you just gladly did it blindly. You're like the woman that got into Ted Bundy's car without.
I'm like those women who get into like really abusive relationships, and I stay in them. You know, and I love it. I celebrate them.
Thank you for doing the bologna sandwich show.
100%.
And because did you think I was shorter?
No, you seem about
big.
About the same as I was expecting.
Yeah,
you seem tall. You seem taller. Yeah.
Yeah, you knew I was a big girl.
I don't know. I don't know if I think you're not a big girl.
Well, I'm big bones. I'm not small.
You're just tall. You're tall.
I'm tall.
What are you, like 5'8"?
5'8".
Yeah.
And I have big legs, like
big legs. You're a woman's 5'8", which is really like a man's 5'10". Like all the guys I know that are really 5'8", they say they're 5'10".
Oh my God.
It's something I picked up on. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I probably inflate my height like by an inch. You know.
Yeah.
I tell people I'm 5'7". I'm really not. Like 5'6".
Yeah.
On a good day.
Okay, so bologna sandwich show. My mom and my dad served bologna sandwiches at their Jewish Pentecostal wedding.
Oh, that's interesting. A Jewish Pentecostal wedding.
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
They served.
Yeah.
Did you have anger from?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Really?
I used to be kind of an angry guy.
Oh.
A little bit. Fun, but angry, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you kind of, when I was younger, you have a little bit of that, like, you're angry still about all this shit that went wrong. You know how, like, you carry some of that anger when you're younger? Maybe you don't.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I used to carry a lot of that with me when I was 10 years ago or so.
Okay.
But now I'm kind of peaceful now. I'm kind of moving into this, like, peaceful Mr. Miyagi kind of existence, you know?
Yeah, Mr. Miyagi. That's what we can call you.
Yeah. Eventually, there's going to be no disconnect. I'm going to look just like him one day. I was beating around the bush, but I eventually had to say it. I was trying to get it out. Yeah.
Eventually,
because you know how it is. I look like this until I end up looking like Mr. Miyagi one day. Like I look young until I make
like it's all of a sudden
right. It's just really quick. One day I wake up and I'm just Mr. Miyagi.
That happens with like Asians.
It does. Yeah.
They age so like they take forever to look like they even became a year older, and then it's like
my family, my mom's like that. No, I'm totally kidding. My mom saw that. I'm so kidding. I'm so. Oh, who's your favorite actor?
Oh, I think Jack Nicholson's my favorite actor. I think
Yeah.
that his personality is kind of bigger, and so he kind of puts it into all his performances in little ways. Like it's like obviously he's a really great actor, so his performances are different between them. But
Yeah.
I think that I always notice that he injects some of Jack into everything, and
Yeah.
I like that he's able to do that. And it's not that he's like his acting style is almost like he assumes he is the character. He doesn't like try to put on a special voice.
Mm.
He's always just kind of Jack Nicholson in the role, and he just
Yeah.
assumes he is the character. I kind of just such a
He's like in his 80s now.
he's like 85, I think I saw the other day, and I'm just like,
God, it's so crazy. I forget that people age.
he retired like in 2010. I saw.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, the Paul Rudd movie didn't really do that well. I saw he retired after that. How Do You Know or whatever.
Oh,
With
he's like,
Reese Witherspoon and Paul Rudd. He plays Paul Rudd's father in it, and the movie was okay. I've seen it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
I just thought of something we could talk about because I was listening to what you were saying, but I was also not listening to what you're saying.
It happens. Totally happens.
Okay, so do you remember when I posted on Instagram a picture of me and I was standing next to a shirt that said "Fuck Biden"?
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Oh my god, that was hilarious. That was super funny.
I posted a picture on Instagram. My stomach's growling because I haven't eaten yet, but okay, so I posted.
You intermittent fasting?
I am.
You are?
I try every day.
Intermittent
fasting.
Yeah.
Every day I wake up and I eat some chocolate chip cookies and I say I'm going to intermittent fast. But
well, maybe you break your fast with cookies. You break your fast.
That's true. But today I didn't because I lose weight so quick with intermittent fasting. I mean,
so do I.
Do you?
Yeah.
Within 3 or 4 days, if I have any water weight on me.
I've got subclinical hyperthyroidism. So like my thyroid gland produces slightly too much or something like that, thyroid hormone or not, something like that. And so my metabolism is super fast and I can lose weight really easy if I'm not on top of like weightlifting and stuff
you
like
don't
that.
drink?
I do sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Occasionally.
Yeah. Because I will put on water weight from drinking and then I lose weight so fast if I cut back on.
What do you like to drink?
I love tequila and I love bourbon, but that's just.
I love whiskey.
Yeah, whiskey.
I love whiskey so much.
I know. I do too. I love bourbon. I love Angel's Envy. I love to sip on it. But okay, what I was going to say is I posted that picture of me standing next to 2 people. I went to this motorcycle marathon thing in Indianapolis. It was like total like Harley Davidson dudes. There's like hundreds of them. And this husband and wife had a shirt and it said "Fuck Biden" and then it said "Trump 2024." And I thought it was so funny because they're so blatant in what they believe.
Yeah.
There's just no apologies. They don't care. I don't care if the shirt said "Fuck Trump" or "Fuck Biden." It was just so blatant and they were so happy. So I took a picture with them naturally smiling. And then I posted it on Instagram and then I got a call from somebody like, "You need to take that down." So I had to take it down. But you're like one of the few people that saw it.
Well, because I thought it was funny and that's why I messaged like, "Oh, that's really funny." And then because you know how everything is right now. And you don't even have to like Trump. You could just even be in the middle and not hate him. And then if you don't hate him, you're bad. You know what I know.
That's
you have to hate somebody to be on the right side. I'm like, I don't need to hate anybody. So it's just wear my MAGA hat today. I'm just joking.
I would have welcomed that.
Just kidding.
I would have welcomed that.
Perfect world,
and
right?
I'm doing bologna sandwiches because I truly, secretly am hoping that one day it's going to blow up into something that's going to make money and produce something. It's going to become its own little creation and weirdness and weird show.
Yeah.
But I can't do it without other people unless I talk to myself. But that gets old. And that's just me talking to myself. I like the mixture between like this, talking like this, having fun, normal conversation, and then something that might be weird.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Do you have anything else interesting to say? Do you have anything else you want to say?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do a shout out to to Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah, I just want to shout out to Mr. Miyagi for teaching me karate when I was a kid and just being amazing and teaching me how to live when I get older.
Yeah. Did he really teach you karate?
No.
Did you love The Karate Kid?
I did love that movie with Hilary Swank.
Oh,
so also Daniel's son, but I like the one with Hilary Swank too.
I didn't see that one.
I think that's the one I grew up with more because it was more that came out when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
One of I think the 80s was more before me.
Mine.
Yeah, that was more your jam.
Yeah, that's my jam.
But well, I know a bologna sandwich is gonna blow up, and I'm just glad I was like the first 10 or 11 guests.
You're gonna be grandfathered into the whole production of it.
Yeah, I'll maybe make another appearance at some point. Just to check in
Yes.
with the
I love
check in with the masses.
Yeah, you're welcome back at any time. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, China,
Wait, what?
because they intercept our. They
Oh,
intercept.
China! I thought you were calling me China because I'm Asian. I was like, it was like I thought it was like like a like a rip on the PC culture, like a joke on it. Like
But what's bad is that you're not even from China. You just
I
told
know.
me you're from Korea.
I know, but I thought you were making a joke.
But
Like,
what if I was house? That's like even worse. That's even more rude because you specifically said you're from Korea. And I'm like, okay, China.
I know, but I thought it was like you were like your middle finger to.
I'm saying goodbye to whoever's spying on us. Oh, get your coffee.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll be like, and then let's pretend like we're at coffee talking, or having coffee talking to each other. I do want to say I'm so sorry. I don't ever serve bologna sandwiches on the show.
I'm kind of glad.
I know I don't like bologna
I
sandwiches.
went to jail when I was younger for a couple of days, and all they served in jail was bologna sandwiches. So I'm pretty good.
Well, if you ever want to,
No serious crime, just stupid
yeah.
stuff.
If you ever, yeah. This is a safe space. If you ever want to talk about it, I don't judge. I think it's funny. I love people's stories.
Oh yeah, I used to be a heroin addict.
You were?
Yeah, for like my whole 20s, like till I came out here. I was literally a heroin addict for like 8 years. It was like it ruined my whole 20s. So.
Oh
And
my God,
I've been not a heroin addict for like the past 6 years now.
Whoa.
But I actually relapsed over COVID and almost died again. And it was like
What?
it was like 3 years, almost like 3 years ago now. Like right when COVID happened, I kind of relapsed, and almost it was like a 6-month thing where my wife was like trying to get me reeled back in. It was crazy.
Jay.
Yeah. So, but I'm good now.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Wow. No
Yeah.
wonder why you like the whole being at peace and.
Oh yeah, no, if we rewind like 10 years ago, I was like crazy. I was living in like Ferguson, Missouri, where all the crazy George Floyd stuff was happening,
Okay.
and like I was like a heroin dealer. It was a really crazy life.
That wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't. I was a crazy person back then.
And you totally flipped your
Yeah, like
situation.
my was like this retired theater professor from a local university, and he saw me. It was like when I was getting drugs or something, and he was like, "Hey, why don't you just come to my acting class? I'm teaching." And he was like retired teaching this class. He saw me. I moved out here within 6 months. So it was a crazy.
That is
the
like.
class saved my life.
Yes, and that
did.
was like a divine intervention.
It was because I was going down a really dark road. Like, yeah, I was dealing heroin. It was crazy. So
Wow.
it was crazy.
And
Yeah.
now, and that's going to help with your acting, all of that experience.
It will in some weird way.
Yeah, you'll be able to pull all that out. Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to dump that on you.
No,
but
that's okay. I love your. I mean, this is one of the reasons I wanted to do this show is to have these interesting conversations.
Yeah,
About.
yeah.
It's not all just fun. I love having fun and bantering and joking.
Right.
But I also like the seriousness, the serious stories that the people have gone through in life. That's what makes you.
I had no purpose, is what it was. Like the
Yeah.
acting kind of gave me a purpose, and it gave me. I really fell in love with storytelling, in that class, and
Yeah.
just realized that's what I want to do in some way. So.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what we'll do after your movie's going into Sundance.
Well, it just got through Sundance, and
Got through
Netflix bought it for $20 million. And now
Wait,
it's-
the movie you were
the
in?
movie I'm in just got bought by Netflix.
Did you guys hear
Oh
this?
yeah, and then it's gonna go through theaters, and then it'll like be on Netflix.
So the movie he was on is called Fair Play, and Netflix just bought it for how much?
$20 million.
$20 million. And you used to be 6 years ago. You were dealing heroin, and
I was a really gnarly person like 6 years ago.
now, oh my God, Jay, this is so cool.
I mean, I wanted to have a redemption, and that's why I'm here. So,
That is so awesome. When does it come out on Netflix?
I have no idea.
They bought it.
They're still working through because Sundance was just like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Sorry, and so.
Did you know 2 weeks ago when this went to Sundance that there was a possibility Netflix was going to buy it?
No, I had no idea.
Oh my God, this is so cool. I love hearing this. This is why we do the Bologna Sandwich Show. So stories of redemption and
Yeah, I never told you that stuff before, did I?
no, not
Yeah,
at all. That's
yeah.
so interesting. We could do a whole subject episode. So this is what we should do. You're gonna see what happens with the show, and then in a few months, 2 months, we can reconvene and do another episode.
Let's do it. I'm
And-
totally down.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Totally
Love it.
down.